So please help me welcome Cohen Chorabik!
I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my niggas across the street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead on my raps with the facts that they sat with the bars. I got 2 phones and I need to charge. Yeah, they twins, I can tell they ass apart. I got big.
What is up? What is up, Unify? Awesome, guys. I am really happy to see you all here. A lot of beautiful faces here. Came to Australia a couple of years ago. Absolutely loved it, and I think it's going to be my new home in a few years. So you guys are definitely awesome out here. So give yourselves rounds of applause. All right, guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the art of closing, because everything you have to learn, at the end of the day, you're going to have to know how to close. You know, when you're trying to do any form of deal, you're going to have to know how to do this part. So this is literally something I'm going to be breaking down in depth and in a really interesting way. So I'm going to get some epic music first to try to make it look really cool. Brian, you got me? All right. All right, guys, Unified 2019. We're gonna be learning how to utilize the most powerful force in the world, guys. So, please stay tuned for the big force that is about to come here today. And it is... Didn't quite time it right, but... Sex! You know what? I know you guys are probably thinking, what the heck is this guy going to be talking about? But here's the thing, is sexual energy is really key in business. And here's another funny thing, is most people don't, they think they're good at sex. And it relates to business a lot, because some people think they're good at sex and business, and quite frankly, a lot of people aren't good at either. So that was Brendan's joke, by the way. So anyway, I'm going to be talking about the actual force and how to actually apply this stuff to business, okay? So without further ado, does this clicker work? There we go. All right, guys, so sexual energy is the tool that allows us to change the very matrix of reality itself. Our world is literally built upon the question, is it sexy? You know, when you think about it, if you go out, you get a different car, you go out, you buy something nice, pretty, whatever, what's the first thing you ask yourself? Is it sexy, right? You know, why do you think they call them exotic cars? You know, there's no reason for that, right? Everything is based on this one prime thing, right? So when you can utilize this actual force, this energy, and learn, how to utilize that and really shift that to your mindset, you can use this in every day and really build your business with this concept. So, just so you guys were aware of everything. As far as people that are utilizing this stuff, as you can quite see there, I don't know what it is about that Coca-Cola, but I don't know, I kind of want to have a drink of it. Same with, I don't know about you guys. Same with the diesel brand. I mean, these brands literally use this to, a little bit too extreme of a point, but I mean, it's literally been used for decades now. Let's face it, you look on Instagram, the girls that are getting the most attention, I know Alex just pointed out a girl, and I'm pretty sure I know why she got all that attention, right? It's pretty obvious. So, yeah, exactly. Great personality, right? That's exactly what I thought as well. So anyway, companies are utilizing this exact thing to literally build their brands, which seems insane. Like, how can you utilize something where, people think of sex so two-dimensional, right? They look at it as just one thing. I know Cheryl maybe back there is thinking like, oh, but I love that stuff, but it's not, it's something where you can use in other forms of your business and everything as well, guys. So I'm gonna go through that. I know you guys are probably thinking like, how does this relate to business? But everything is based on these 4 pillars. I'm not sure if you guys have seen these. Health, wealth, love, happiness. Anybody seen these 4 pillars of life? Some people, yeah? Okay, great. So here's the thing. As entrepreneurs, we always kind of want to look at wealth, right? We always look at, I want to make a lot of money, right? I want to, just have a lot of monetary money. But here's the thing, is all 4 of these pillars are based on one another, right? Without good health, everything else doesn't matter. Without to have, love, and when you build that up, you're going to be a happier person, you're going to have more wealth, you're going to have more health overall. So it's really key to focus on these pillars. And, what I'm going to be talking about is the pillar of, love. And, whether that's self-love, whether that's love of relationships, general just love overall, and why that's important in business and really bettering yourself every single day. All right, so there are two states that everybody is in, right? Either in an alpha state or a beta state, right? When you're in a beta state, I don't know if you guys have ever, walked in, done something you're super nervous about, but your body naturally turns into a beta state. You close up. When you're doing something you love, absolute opposite. You open up, you love it. As you see here, an alpha state would be having good eye contact, friendly smile, right? Probably going to be pretty happy about something. Have great posture, all that kind of stuff. Did you guys know that literally doing this simple exercise, if you're ever really nervous about something and literally just opening up for 30 seconds actually hires your testosterone by like 25% and lowers your cortisol, which is responsible for being stressed out, by 20+% by literally going like this for 30 seconds, right? It's crazy, and this stuff is absolutely insane because most people don't learn this, and when building a business, it's really important to understand the fundamental pillars of building everything, right? So if you guys want to turn more into an alpha state and really be able to build a business and do the things that it takes to do that, then you're going to have to do things you're not comfortable doing and really become somebody that you want to become. I know everybody out here at Unify is trying to become somebody, they want to become somebody that wants to build, whether it's a business, whether it's, want to leave their job, whatever it is. How many people here want to leave their job? We're trying to make that a thing, right? I see pretty much, at least 80% of the hands up. That's pretty crazy, guys. You guys are here and you're at the right place. I'm telling you that now. The more of these events that you go to, the more you start to learn, you start to network, and that becomes literally one of the big things, just, meeting people, learning, and, having that energy. When you go out there, if you come in, again, like a beta state, you don't talk to anybody, what do you think is going to happen? You're not going to network. You're not going to build those connections. Everything I've ever done has been built through connections, meeting people, and again, when you come in an alpha state, you're going to be more prone to actually go out and meet these type of people and these connections, right? So definitely make that a thing. I love how you guys move tables and everything. Start of the day, that's absolutely great. So got you guys all connecting with one another. So easiest way to look into being more alpha is, of course, lowering beta states. What are things that make you beta, right? For example, facing your fears, not running away from them. I could have easily been like, all right, I don't want to do this presentation, I'm going to run away, right? Definitely was not going to do that, but you got to face your fears, whatever they are, whether it's, trying to grow a business online, I know a lot of people, I know Alex, for example, just mentioned Instagram, and a lot of people don't want to do it because they're afraid of what their friends have to say about them, right? But here's the thing, if you're always thinking within that mindset, then you're literally never going, the people that are looking at your stuff, they're not really your friends, right? So I don't know why people care about others that are literally just trying to tarnish them, right? So you guys that are out here, Alex actually hooked me up with his Instagram stuff, really great. I've been using it now for quite a while, built my whole business on it. So yeah, definitely don't let your fear, stop you from doing what you want. What's another one here? Accept and deal with conflict. Of course, you can't avoid it, right? It's just one of those things you have to be comfortable doing. You have to, when building a business, some people say, it's going to be hard. Everybody says that you're going to face ups and downs, and trust me, I've built multiple businesses. And I've seen it all the time. Every time I try something new, it crashes, whatever. You have to have the mindset. I'm sure you guys have heard the whole quote of, entrepreneurs build an airplane on their way down, right? You guys have heard of that? You jump out and you build an airplane as you're falling, or a parachute, I should say, not an airplane, but unless you're really cool. But anyway, so yeah, no, you literally have to take that dive, and the fact that you guys are here taking that dive, of course, goes to show that you guys are here to succeed. You guys want to flourish in all forms of business, your life, and just better everything, right? And then there you go. Learning to be assertive as well. You gotta learn to be assertive. You gotta get to those uncomfortable situations, whatever they are in life, and face them. Face your fears, guys. Whatever it is that you have to do to face it, just once you do it, you start to realize it's not as hard as I thought it was, right? I'm sure everybody here has done something where you overthink it for like a month or two and you're like, oh my God, I cannot do this. And then you literally do it and you're like, are you kidding me? And you almost get mad at yourself for being, thinking about it for that long, right? So, you have to learn to be assertive, do things, and take the leap of faith, guys. Now, looking into alpha state tips, okay? This first one is probably the biggest one because this was a big thing I realized even for myself this year. Self-awareness, people's egos, including, mine, a lot of people have a hard time saying they suck at something, right? Saying, oh, you know what, like, I'm not good at this. Us as human beings, it's a natural thing. We don't like to say, I'm not good at this, right? So self-awareness is really important because you got to be like, listen, delegate things you're not good at and, double down on your strengths, right? You can get a lot better at things, but that's what Unify is all about, guys. It's about, unifying and learning what everybody's skill sets are and really collaborating on that, and, becoming a team. That's literally what it's all about. They say, what is that team quote? Basically just like building up and becoming a team, like, I think you need a team to build your dream or something like that. I'm not sure, but basically it's true, and Unify, it's all about building a team and being around others and, just growing all together at one. Becoming self-reliant, second one, of course, you're going to have to take that leap of faith and do things that you're not comfortable doing, guys. And it's, again, going to become easier. Like, I remember this one time, I was placed on a webinar with, like, hundreds of people, and I had no idea about this product. And the guy just, like, thought that I knew everything. And he's like, okay, Cohen, can you explain this? And I was like, yeah, I'll try. And it was like literally so bad, but they just carried me, like they're like, whatever, like I was just so like excited that by the end of it, they're like, oh yeah, you knew your stuff. And I'm like, I had no idea what I was talking about. But anyways, yeah, you got to take that leap of faith, become self-reliant, have the courage to fail gloriously. That sounds pretty awesome. If you're going to fail with glory, right? Going all in with that, again, you can't half-ass something. You can't just think you're going to get involved in something and just not, put much time and effort into it. Some people what they try to do is they try to balance too many things out at once. But again, like when you're growing a brand, especially a personal brand, guys, you have to go all in with your stuff. If you want to go all in with building your brand, you have to be getting a lot of content out there. I suggest, getting your own videographer, like just posting the most quality content so people look at your stuff. Because, if you're trying to build a brand, whether it's online, offline, there's billions of people on this earth, and they're trying to do the same. So how do you stand out, right? You gotta go all in with your goals, guys, and just do every single thing that's necessary. And that's what's good is all the people here literally have a system for all that stuff. So it's just all about taking action and being the person that jumps in and does everything. And then of course being a good person. They say the nice guy finishes last, but I don't really believe in that concept. At the end of the day, if you're the good guy, people are going to want to be around you. They're going to want to be surrounded with you. So, and then you're going to attract positivity into your life. How many people here believe in law of attraction? Pretty much everybody. Oh yeah, I like you guys even more now. It's honestly a great thing, and like back home, some of my friends like used to make fun of me for that, and really, it's literally a law, and some people just are so like, I can't understand how they don't believe in that concept, because when you really believe in something and your frequencies align with your beliefs, then things just come. Like literally, Brandon's probably the luckiest guy I friggin' know, and he always tells me like, oh, I'm gonna win this, like literally anything, and then he always does, and I'm just like sitting there, how does this guy always win? But he has the belief, right? And that's what it's all about, is believing in whatever it is that you want, and then you're gonna attract whatever around you, literally based on matter and based on your belief structure of that. Okay, so of course, alpha state benefits, improving your physical health, achieving material success like I just spoke about, because when you're in that state of mind, you're, again, then going to be thinking positively. You're not going to have scarcity. Scarcity is probably the biggest thing that stops people from getting what they want, right? Have you guys ever been in a scarcity mindset where you just know you're going to lose something, and then you 100% of the time you do, right? it's literally based on your belief structure, and because you believe it so much that you're just attracting that kind of energy into your life, right? So, if you want to have material success, if you want to have any form of success, you got to first believe in something. You got to first have the vibration that it's going to come into your life and just manifest it, and really just visualize it every single day. And until you almost feel like you have it, and that's when it comes into your life, guys. It's when you like feel such a powerful belief that you're going to have that thing. That's literally when things come. What else do we got here? Unlock more creativity and focus, of course. Focus is really important. I don't know how many of you guys, I feel like I'm ADD sometimes. I'm trying to do so many things at once, right? And especially when you're growing a brand, you have to be hyper-focused on your goals. So, being in that state of mind, being in a state of alpha being, that's what allows you to really just focus on your goals and do whatever it is you want, right? Every single person has a different goal, and that's what it's all about, is understanding what you first want, not jumping into, some people say, I want a car. Why? What is it that you want a car for, right? You gotta dig deep in your goals. You gotta really look into what is it that drives you, and what are the emotions that you're thinking of that make you want to have that, and that's when you're actually going to really dig deep and look into why you want it. And a lot of the time you're gonna not even want it after you think about it long enough, right? Why do I want a Lamborghini? To impress people I hate, right? You can look kind of cool in it, but again, you're gonna have people just, hitting you up that you don't even like, stuff like that, right? You gotta dig deep into whatever it is you want. Developing martial and internal power, basically, just, understanding the inner power that you can have, which, allows you to really do whatever it is you want, right? Whatever you guys are trying to do here, today, tomorrow, the rest of your lives, just really focus on that and make it a daily habit. Daily rituals when they're aligned with your habits and what you want, that's when you're gonna actually get it, right? Some of us are trying to get in shape or something like that, right? And then you go hit the gym for 5 days, and then you wonder why you're not super jacked and ripped. And it's 5 days? Come on, there's people that have been doing it for months, right? I know I've been in those states in the past too, and then I just, again, it's a self, an issue of looking at myself and how many others are trying to get the same thing I want, right? And then, of course, achieving higher spiritual development, right? Super important. Understanding the spiritual, another higher power, somebody that, you look up to. Of course, everyone has different religions, but, just developing it and having that spiritual belief, and, that again is going to allow you to get what you want, because obviously, you're tapping into another power, and whatever, again, I don't want to go too in depth because everybody has different beliefs, but definitely breaking down the spiritual end of things is really important, and it creates a lot of people's whys, right? So that's another really main part of it. Okay, so now that I broke down kind of the mindset of things, I'm going to be a little bit more specific with actually closing deals. Okay, so every single person has different things, actually trying to build their brand, whatever. You're going to come to situations where you have to close, right? You're gonna have to close, and the thing is, most people think closing comes at the end of the speech, right? Okay, by the way, buy my thing right at the end of the thing, right? But actually, closing is literally the whole thing, right? You talk to somebody, and the second you walk in and say, hey, what's going on? And shake their hand, if you're trying to sell that person something, literally the second you talk to them, they're already forming an opinion. Have you guys ever had that where somebody's walking up to you and you're just like, oh man, I don't want to talk to this person at all, right? You just look at them and you don't want to have anything to do with them. And you kind of think you're an asshole, but you still are you know what, it's okay. I just really don't want to talk to you, and and it's just a perception thing. They could be the nicest person in the world, but again, it all comes down to the first impression, right? So you want to start off by, of course, dressing correctly. They say dress to impress, right? Look decent. You're not going to be able to sell $1 million business in your friggin' underwear. I mean, unless you're doing it online. I don't know. It's There's some people literally, I've seen some that wear boxers and have a shirt on, and that's the power of building online, is you can literally do webinars nowadays and not have any underwear. So that's pretty cool. It's one perk of it. But again, breaking down the actual art of closing, again, so the whole time when you're speaking to somebody, you want to be targeting two things. You want to be asking a lot of questions, right? These questions are going to build you information as to who they are, right? So during the closing, again, you're just asking a bunch of questions. You know, what's going on? What's your name? And you're just gathering info about that person, right? And then once you have the information, then you can ask better questions that redirect. You know, like, okay, what is it that you want, right? So you have to redirect, again, like the focus by asking a lot of questions, right? They say sometimes, you know, not speaking, like some people speak way too much, you know, they have the deal closed, locked, and then they're talking so much that they actually ruin it, right? I've seen that so many times. I've had that happen too. I'm ready to buy something and someone just will not shut up, and I'm like, you know, I don't want this anymore, and I walk away, right? And they now lost a client, right? And you don't want to be doing that. So you want to be talking actually a lot less, asking a lot of questions, engaging questions, yeah, just basically, you know, understanding who they are first, becoming their friend, right? A lot of people think business, you know, isn't just, you know, it's just like a product-based thing. You know, we're a people industry. You know, it's all about people, and at the end of the day, a lot of people forget that, right? If you're in car sales, if you're in any form of sales, like really quick, you have to like become friends with that person. People buy from their friends, right? When you can be that guy that everybody, or that girl that everybody just loves to be around, that's when you're gonna sell a lot of things, right? So you gotta become a likable person, you gotta become somebody of influence, and somebody that people look up to ultimately. So yeah, just breaking that down. I mean, you know, going back again, putting out good content, all that stuff. I know Brendan earlier mentioned closing with content. Content closes, guys. If you have really good content, you're closing somebody from the first day that you do that, right? When you got a really nice photo, you're gonna have people hit you up, and they hit you up differently. Like, you know, if you have a blurry picture, for example, I know some people are trying to grow their page and they have like, you know, like blurry phones or don't use apps correctly. These are things that are very, very important, because then when somebody clicks on you, like, you know, you're not gonna get the larger influencers to hit you up when they see your page is nothing but your cat walking around, right? So it's one of those things. It's really important to be able to do that, guys. And you know, so start with content, be highly enthusiastic, which is why, you know, I mentioned all the alpha state stuff. Literally, enthusiasm is actually the #1 thing. So most people come in and they're just not enthusiastic, right? That's the #1 thing. But have you ever like joined? A lot of people join a company at first, and then they become really excited, and then they have all this enthusiasm. And it's, you know, the person that wins is the person that's excited the longest, right? At the end of the day, if you're super excited and you're always happy and you're always like, you know, I'm having a great day, which is why everything ties into the mindset, you're gonna win, because you're gonna be happy every single day. You know, at the end of the day, people remember the ones that made them feel good. It's not the ones that, you know, like all other forms. It's literally the one, like, people remember like how you made them feel, right? So again, tying that into all this, you know, business, growing your personal brand, whatever you guys are trying to do, just understand that, you know, the most important thing of closing is asking a lot of questions, being engaged, and you know, having great content to share with your potential clients in the future, and yeah, growing your brand that way. Yeah, playing it safe and taking no risk is a shortcut to poverty. Absolutely true. I don't know if anybody here has listened to Jordan Belfort. I know he did terrible things in the past, but he's a great guy now. But yeah, I mean, his whole program he actually talks about actually really helped me out, because you know, trying to get something, like most people, oh, I don't know what happened to that, but anyway, I'll just talk anyway. So most people, when they you know, are trying to, oh, there we go. Trying to do, like, build their brand, do anything, you know, they try to take the least amount of risk possible, right? But again, you just can't do that when you're growing a brand. You have to really just understand that it's a long-term game, and invest, you know, in your future now, because in the future you're gonna love yourself for doing that and being able to, you know, obviously grow whatever it is. A lot of us think about the now. It's hard to think about the future when we're so focused on the now, right? But you got to build yourself up to those platforms and everything that allow you to have that in the future. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to have the future that you deserve, right? It's like it comes down to literally anything. Working out, doing rituals in the morning. I know like daily methods of operation are highly important. I don't know how many people here have like a daily method of operation where when you wake up, what is it the first thing you do? When you're contacting people, if you're trying to build a brand, again, online, offline, doesn't matter, and you're not constantly hitting up new people, how are you going to get new leads, right? You want to focus on just constantly getting new leads, getting new people looking at your stuff, so that in the future you have something to promote, something to share to them, and something that can actually help them out. So that's another big key, is understanding that you're actually helping somebody out, right? When you flip it and you have a product that you believe in so much, like I'm sure a lot of people here have Kangen machines, for example, right? Yeah, right? Pretty much, yeah, most of the people here. And how many people here bought it to be a customer, right? Most of the people here, I would still say, yeah, quite a bit of hands still. I actually bought my machine to be a customer, and then I believed in the product so much that I became highly enthusiastic, which led me to sell a bunch of machines, right? So that it's always the same train. It's the ones that are excited, the ones that have something to share, are the ones that win at the end of the day, guys. So definitely, do we have any more? Okay, awesome. So if you guys who here has Instagram? Probably a lot of people. I think I saw a lot of hands out there. Awesome. So quite a bit of people here. So yeah, I post a lot of this kind of stuff, especially on my stories. And basically, if you guys want to follow me, shoot me a message there, Cohen Chorabik. Been building brands now for a few years, and really just, I do specialize in Instagram. I love this platform specifically. It really just allows you to hit a large reach of people. So, I mean, as you see there, you know what I just talked about, sex sells? Well, see, when you got beautiful women around you, it does help. Like, people buy more. It's just one of those things. I don't know. It's weird. Or it's a coincidence. I don't know which one. But yeah, guys, I think that is all. So hope you guys learn something from this and apply that knowledge.